What's up, guys? We're back at it again with another tutorial. Today's tutorial is going to be on creating an Oz server for sneaker botting. Now, the first step you have to do before you jump into anything is you have to create an account. Once that's all done, you're going to log in. If you have any issues logging in, just drop comments below, any questions with that. But once you're all done, you're going to log in and you're going to find this EC2 dashboard that you see over here. And this is pretty much the home screen before you start launching an instance and creating your server. Next, we're going to click this orange button called Launch Instance. Once you get here, you're going to find the AMI page. This is just the page where you're going to be choosing your operating system, which is pretty much just the software you're going to be running your programs off of. Now, everyone's probably used to Windows, so that's what I usually do, so that's what I'm going to recommend. And you're going to have a few different choices. You could scroll down, you'll find ones that are under the free tier. I usually just stick with the base version, so you can go with the 2016 base down here, or you can find the 2019 base here. So for today, we're just going to go with this. Next up, you're going to find all the instance families, which is pretty much just the CPU and memory and all the specs behind all of the families of the instances and servers. Now, it all depends on what bots you're running, how many tasks you're running, and a bunch of stuff like that. Now, I'm not going to recommend a specific spec to you guys, but if you're going to be running multiple bots, I would definitely recommend a higher spec, maybe 16 or 32 CPU with 64 gigs RAM. Now, if you're just running one bot, let's say you're just putting a TSB requires a lot higher of a spec. Now, if you're running just like a mech AIO and you're just running maybe 500 tasks, maybe something like 832 might work. But we'll look through other instance families such as other stuff over here. Now, this kind of gives you a basic variety of specs. So usually I'd say maybe stick with these 816 or 1632. If you're running multiple bots, maybe go a little higher, but the more you go, the more expensive they get. And then we're going to go to next down here. Now that we're on step 3, this is just the detailed page of the instances and server you're running. Now, let's say you have 2 copies of mech AIO. You have 2 of them. That means you can run 4 bots or 4 instances of mech AIO. So if you want to split it up, you can actually split it up and create 4 instances of the same exact type instead of, I know on Google Cloud platform, you have to actually make them over and over and over. This, you can actually click number of instances and you can make 4 right on the spot and you don't have to do it over. That's the good thing. Down here, you can change whatever you want in here. I usually don't change anything here. You can change the tenancy to make it a dedicated server, which is pretty much just not shared on the same host. And usually that's what I do. And then you can go down here to next. Down here, it's just the storage type. This is what the free tier eligible covers. But other than that, I don't usually change anything. And then you'll click next down below again. As for tags, this is just key tags. When you make your first key tag for your first instance on Oz, it's pretty much just a password for you to download the Microsoft Remote Desktop down here. And you're going to have to log in with the password. Usually I keep the same exact key tag for all of my servers. So just keep it one key tag, put it in a file called Oz key tags on your desktop or in your documents, and just keep it the same. Because you don't want to have about 10 different key tags for 10 different servers. You could just keep it all the same key tag. And it's a little easier to understand once you do it. So since mine's already made, I'm not going to do it, but it's pretty easy. If you need any help with it, you could just throw some questions below and I'll try to help you out with that. And then you're going to go to configure security group. Down here, I don't usually touch anything. So what you're going to do is pretty much just go to review and launch, and it'll kind of give you an overview of what you did. So we'll just go over 2019 base. That's fine. It's just going to go over the instance type. Now, I didn't click the right one, so mine just says 1.1, but you could choose the 816 or the 1632 or the 1664 for the core and the gigabytes of RAM. But I didn't choose it, so it's just going to show 1.1. And then the rest of the stuff we went through, I didn't really choose anything. I just went with the default settings. And then after that, you're going to click launch. Now it's going to say choose existing key pair. This is the thing we just went through. So I already have the same key pair. I'm going to have it all blurred out, but I'm going to choose that same exact key pair to make my life easy. And then it's going to initiate the launch. Now it's going to go to launching, and then you can click view instances. Now, as you can see, I have a crap ton. And these are all the ones that I have now. Most of this stuff will be blurred out. But the 4 up here that aren't blurred out, these are the ones we just made. Because remember, I clicked 4, so I wanted to make 4 on the spot. They're all pending because it takes a little bit to go through. But once you do that, it's pretty simple. And then just the overview of how it works. Starting an instance, you just click up here. You click start. Now, they're all running because we just started them. But we're going to go through and make sure they're not running once this goes through. And then you're going to click stop. And then that's it. Never let them run, because you will get your bill charged up so much, and you do not want to have to deal with contacting them because you forgot it. You left it on for like 3 days straight, because that's not good. That'll cost a lot of money, and it'll bill your account. I've done it before, not that long, but I've done it for like over a day, and it sucks. Now, after you click stop, it's going to still say running. All you have to do is refresh the page, and they'll all be stopped. If you want to change it, like I have names down here below, you can make it, let's say, Kodai Server 1, and then it'll be here. And then you can make it Nebula Server 2, and organize it there. And then you'll know what bots are on what servers, and you can organize it that way. So it should be running. There you go. So now I'm going to click connect. Now you want to download the remote desktop file. This is just how you're going to run it. But first you want to click get password. Now for me it says not available, but this is pretty much where the Oz key pair pops up. So I'll show you with one of my other ones, just because those aren't working right now. Let's start this one, and it might take a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to just show you one of the ones that's already made, because it does take a while for it to gather all the details when you're starting new ones. So this is one I already have made. It's for one of my Mech AIO copies, since I have a few copies that I run across 3 different servers and 1 on local, since you could do 2 copies per Mech key. So what we're going to do is click connect. I already have my key pairs made, so when you go to click get password, it's going to say find the associated key pair with this instance, and since I keep mine in the same file under the same thing, this is the key pair that'll help decrypt that password. And then you're going to click decrypt password, and the password will show up right here. I'm going to have everything blurred out, obviously, but pretty much that's your login code for the remote desktop file. Once you download that remote desktop file from up here, it'll pop up down here in your downloads. If you do run into errors, like mine does all the time, just re-click it. You'll click continue, then you'll enter that password you copied, and it'll pull up the server. Now, the server may seem a little laggy at first. Just let it run, let it load. It takes a little bit of time. Once it's all here, now mine's not new, so it's gonna pull up a bunch of stuff for mine, like Discord. But the first thing you want to do, you're gonna have Internet Explorer pop up. What you're gonna obviously want to do is click a tab, go to Google, if you could spell it right, and you're gonna want to obviously download Chrome. So download Chrome, that's pretty much all you do. It's pretty easy, I'm not gonna go over that. And Chrome will be your default, and make sure you click that and enable that in your settings. Make it your default. The other thing you want to do is go to Server Manager, and you're going to want to turn off some stuff. Go to Local Server up here, and you're going to go to IE Enhanced Security Configuration, and you're going to want to make sure it says off. So when you make a server for the first time, they're going to both be on. You're going to want to turn those off. So make sure that's all set up, and then that should be all good to go. The next thing you want to do, obviously download Discord. That's where you'll have all your info. If you have a burner like I do, that's where I send my info, so I can pull up my burner on servers, and then I just send that burner all my profiles and stuff like that, rather than emailing it to myself or going through the hassle of doing that. Or you can create your own Discord server and send it to yourself in there. Other than that, that's pretty much all you need to do. Like I said, I just have a Mech.AIO copy on this one, but other than that, that's pretty much how you create an auth server. If you have any questions below, please drop them in the comments below. Leave a like and sub if this video helped you out today. Thank you.